Hey guys, Panic Knife here with theawfulgamer.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the Operations Chief boss in Star Wars The Old Republic, Scum and Villainy Story Mode, the new operation. It'll be new for a while anyway. This video's intro will be relevant for a little while. But yeah, this is the brand new operation, the third. Nope, I'm incorrect. This is the fourth boss in Scum and Villainy, and it's actually a whole lot of fun. It's not something you would normally see in a boss fight in these games. So without further ado, basically you are going to break up your group into 4 groups of 2 if you're doing 8-man, and 16-man I believe it's groups of 4. You're gonna be taking on a group of 2 mobs with each group of 2, so you're gonna want to break it up into either a tank and a healer, or rather a tank and a DPS, or a healer and a DPS. Basically there's 4 different colors. That depends on how far you have to sneak in. Red doesn't sneak very far. Blue sneaks all the way through. The gold and red groups should be tank and DPS. They don't deal a whole lot of damage, so it's not too tough to do it that way. Now the green and blue ones though do a ton of damage to the raid. So make sure you have a healer and a DPS. From experience in this fight right here, I am tanking, or I'm healing rather. So I just I basically focused 100% of the time on healing when both mobs are up. When the one mob goes down, you might both throw in a little bit of DPS, but for the most part, you're going to just be healing. So make sure you pay attention and stay with it. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. Otherwise, so basically, you're going to sneak through this area. It's kind of a little bit complicated. If you run into one of those big champion bots, make sure you CC it. They will respawn, so don't worry about killing them. They'll just respawn immediately. So there's no benefit in killing them with a group or with your tiny group. So just make sure you CC it and move past it, and that's pretty much it. Once you get to your destination, coordinate it, call it out, and attack them all at the same time, so they don't trigger the alarm and that sort of thing. Only 2 people can attack each of the groups. If a third person attacks or heals or does anything, engages in the combat, it will trigger the alarm and you'll fail the operation, or fail the operation. Yeah, you can't try it again. No, yeah, you'll fail the encounter, and that's it. So make sure you all down your bosses. Basically, like I said, for the ones that are the green and the blue, the healer is going to be healing the DPS player the entire time. You will take some damage, so if you could do any kind of AoE heal, definitely put that down. Otherwise, just grin and bear it. So once you have killed your mob, go ahead and proceed to the end of the encounter, where the Operations Chief lives himself. You can't help anybody. It's sort of similar to EV's Council of Destiny or whatever it is in that regard. So just make sure you proceed forward, and hopefully your group is able to actually take out their group. Otherwise, you're kind of screwed. Once you get to the end, you will face the Operations Chief himself, who is pretty straightforward, but he does kind of have a few mechanics. One of them is he has an attack called Terminate, which does a ton of damage. Just make sure the tank doesn't lose aggro, and you should be okay. The second thing is a mass explosion probe, which drops an explosion probe on everybody in the raid. Basically, if you see it go out, if you're a healer, if you're like a Sork healer especially, bubble everybody or add some dots to everybody, and it does that kind of damage. It does, like 7.5 or so. It's a decent amount of damage. It doesn't. I've been told you can purge it, but I was not able to, I don't believe. And it just does a good amount of raid-wide damage. Stack up for AoE heals, no big deal. There will have turrets that will spawn. They'll probably attack your healer. They die pretty quickly though, so just make sure you jump on them, and that's about it. Other than that, he does have like an aggro drop, and once he knocks back the tanks, he'll pick up somebody random. Just make sure you're on top of your game. It's not that hard to heal, although I had a couple tricky spots in there. And this fight, it's not terribly difficult, but it does have some nuances, just like that first phase. So just make sure you're paying attention. If you are obviously, if you're sneaking through the area in the first phase, if you see an area off to the side, you're usually looking towards going into that area, just to make sure you're going around the ads and that sort of stuff. And that's about it. Anyway, I hope you guys are able to finish this fight. It's not that difficult, but it does have some tricks to it. So with theawfulgamer.com, this is Panic Knife. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good night.
We all have explosive probe.
We got it anyway. Wow.
Nice.
See what happens when I know what I'm doing?
Rocked it.
We're all about to take a ton of damage, but